Well, that's new. It says it's streaming. It says I'm streaming. I have a connection. Oh, okay. That's new. Okay. Sorry. Hey, Monies. Bunny. Okay. So sorry about this. I had to reinstall my Windows the other day and reinstall all my old software and stuff. And OBS apparently has updated several times since the last time I installed it. And now they have this new system you have to do if you want to start streaming, which is weird. Not a big fan of it, but it's working now, so I guess. Alright. So, hi everybody, and welcome to another Mighty Ginkgo tutorial. My name is Zero, and I'll be your instructor for today. So, what we're doing here in this video is we're going to show you how to make 3D anime sprites for your RPG Maker MV game. Now, I want you to listen to that one more time and understand what I'm saying. We're going to make 3D sprites. We're not going to put the 3D model into the game because RPG Maker MV doesn't support 3D models. What we're going to do is similar to what Rare did back in the day with Donkey Kong and all this stuff, is where they would have a 3D model and then they would render it out into sprites and then put it into the 2D engine and give the game a 3D look without being able to put the actual 3D models into the game. Now, I chose anime because when I was talking to the person in this Discord about it, we were both talking about anime and they liked my sprites, and I said, I'll show you how to do it. And it has a bunch of positives for doing it this way because we're using FMV style sprites. We're going to be using our good old Vroid. Hang on one second. All this time, I've been talking about being cold. Now all of a sudden it's super hot and I can't breathe. So y'all gonna hear a fan in the background for just a wee bit. Cause it is suddenly, out of nowhere, after being cold all day, like toe numbing cold all day, suddenly stupid hot. Oh, I guess I should have just got on my mic and then that would have heated up the room. Oh my god, air. Whew. Let me get some water too while I'm at it. Okay, I'm so sorry. That's not how I wanted this to go. But we are using Vroid because it has a lot of perks. It's very beginner friendly. So if you don't have any skills in modeling but you want an anime look to your game, you can use this to generate characters, and it comes with a bunch of animations already installed into the program, which fit a number of type of games. So it's like you get the character and the animations and such, as well as clothes and hair, all the fun stuff. So it's really good for those who don't know how to model but want to put something, down. And then in a more advanced way, you can put it inside a blender or in animate inside there, or you can convert it into a MMD sprite and put it in MMD and then run a bunch of MMD animations for it as well. When, one of the good thing is, if you got MMD, then you can use the XR animator and you can do mocap. So you can make your own animations, motion capped to your desire, and have it go and just, it's just really fun. It's just a lot of things that you can do if you just know how to do the basic. So I'm going to show you the basic and then we're going to work it. So this process requires you to download quite a few programs to make it work. And I have them listed in the description. So you may want to check that out. fact, I think I have it already here. So we're going to use bulk renamed utility, screen to GIF, Vroid for the generator. These are optional. This is cats, and cats are gonna sounds confusing. Not at all. Alright, so Cats is going to help us import it into Blender if you wanted to do that. This is the website we're going to use to remove backgrounds. This is the website we're going to use to convert it into frames. And this one right here is the actual plugin that's going to make our 3D frames go. Because if you thought we were going to use sprite sheets, nah. We're using frames. Okay. I'm sorry if it sounds confusing, but once we start moving and shaking, then you will understand that it's not that hard. So that's like 5 minutes worth of intro, right? Let's begin our tutorial and start making stuff. Ready? Let's go. That's so cheesy. Alright, let's go for real. So first thing we need to do is we need a character for our game. We are going to open up Vroid, which I thought I had open and pre-ready for this, but apparently I don't. So we're just going to use Vroid. I'm going to try to keep this open so that I can see any questions that come up while it's working. The fan isn't too much, is it? Oh well, I hope it's not. So I already made a couple of characters already to test this out, but we can make some new ones. So I like to make girls, so girl it is, and I just choose femme. It probably won't take you guys that long to load because I got this stuff going to screen capture, so it slows down my stuff just a wee bit. So you have your character in, and it just comes in blank, and you can just basically slide the sliders until you get a character that you like. They used to have pre-made characters in this, but I guess after that guy made a game using just all of them, because they said that you can use the characters and you can use the Vroid characters in your projects and stuff. Some guy actually just took the pre-made characters, put them in his game, no editing whatsoever, put them in his game, and then started selling it on the Nintendo Marketplace as some sort of shooter or whatnot. I was like, oh, the shame. So whoever that is, know that secretly in my mind, I'm walking behind you, ringing the bell, saying shame. And that would be my doorbell. Hang on, I'll be right back. doorbell. Whew. Okay. Alright, I'm back. What a messy tutorial. Okay. So let's start over, okay? Let me get some water so I stop breathing. Okay. So let's pretend we're starting over. You open up Vroid and you slide the sliders around to make the character that you want. You could choose the eyes, everything you want to make this character look like the character that you would like. You could choose hair and change the color and make it anything, again, whatever makes you happy. Now, one thing that I want to say is that we are going to be using chroma key. I know I'm just so used to saying it, normal people terms. We're going to be using blue screen, green screen. So, you may want to pick a color that is not too blue or too green, so that when we go to chroma out the background, it doesn't take your character with it. Now, also, people have told me that they use black screen or white screen, and that works as well. But I just noticed that I have like a lot of dark skin or characters that wear black, so I don't use those. Or if I'm using something white, I don't want to risk the white getting taken out. So always green with me. Just have to avoid having characters with green stuff on. If I do have green, then I go with blue. And then if we go with blue characters, then you may use the green screen. If that makes sense. So let's make character. Yeah. And they have some pre-made clothes we can use. That's what I used in my last one. So I guess I'll use something different this time. I feel like her hair is too long for something so sporty. Ooh, that's ugly. Anywhere in between? There we go. Oh, that's cute. Okay, so we got our clothes, we got our thing, our outfit. You just make your characters and stuff, and then once you're done, you just move on to the fun part, which is our animations. So when it's done, you want to click on this triangle, so used to the game, this camera button up here at the top. And it will bring up the photo booth option. This will allow you to change the background colors where it says background, and I'm going to use green, so just make it like this. Oh, that green screen never fails to stab me in the eyeballs. So once we have that like background green, we can go to poses and animations. Hang on. Okay. So we have poses, animations. And you can see that the animations animate the character depending on what you want. Now, I've been using the side MV tutorials and making side scrolling games. So for that purpose, I will be turning the character to their side to make this a side scrolling sprite. So we're going to use walking. So that's going to be our walk. They have another sheet of animations which has a little bit more manlier ones. I don't know if they have different ones for men or women. I've only ever made girls, so you'll have to try that one out. But they do have running as well, jumping, and what I said it works for other things is they have sliding, something for climbing. Where is it? Damage. Stroll. There's another one where they were fighting. It might be on page 2. Let's go to page 2 real quick. Idle animation. Oh yeah, here we go. So you use your mouse wheel to scroll in and scroll out to get all of the frame. So you have kick in one. So if you want to try to do like a beat 'em up or action slide, you can use this, that, punching. Sure, you can and kick it. So these works for damage. So like I said, Vroid has a bunch of animations that actually work for this type of thing. But we're going to keep it simple, and we're just going to stick with a plain old walk-in animation. Well, walk-in idle. So to make sure you have the right size, like how zoomed in should you be when you're trying to capture it, you want to go to the highest jumping animation that they have, which is in here somewhere. Probably the second one. Yay, damage, laughing, tired, vaulting, jumping. Okay. No, they got a higher jump than that, I remember. Alright, okay. You want to make sure that you're in there enough that you can jump and all your limbs are in the frame, as well as the other one when they're kicking. Kick. Alright, so you see you can do the sure you can, and we're in the frame, so I would zoom out a little bit more if I can. I think this is actually the max zoom. Okay, so you want to make sure that all your limbs are inside the frame, and that should tell you how high, like how zoomed in you should be. Because just in case you want to do something else besides walking, you don't want to, like, okay, I'm here and I'm zoomed in real close and I'm walking and I'm fine, and then you switch it over to like kicking or the sure you can, and you gotta zoom out and now your sprite is bigger. Like there's a size difference between the two. Does that make sense? Okay, well I hope so. So that's why I said make sure that you're in the biggest frame for the highest animation, and then you're good. So we good now. Let's go into our walk animation. So walking. Alright, so now that we are walking about, well, any questions, comments, concerns before we move on to the next part? Alright, so next step is to capture this animation, and to do that we're going to open up the screen to GIF program, and when you do open it, it should pop up and say recorder. You want to pick the recorder, and you want to make it as, oh no, stop. I pushed the button. I'm gonna go back because I messed up. Alright, so we want to make the frame here as wide as we want our sprite to be. So about big. And if you definitely want to double check and make sure that frame is okay, let's go back to animations 2 and see if our fist goes in there. So our fist is going out of the frame, which means we gotta lift this up some more. Okay, so we're in there good. This is a good frame size for us to go. Alright, now let's go back to walking. Alright, now once we got our frame and our animation going, we're just going to hit record. And when you do that, you'll notice that the animation stops. Just click on the bottom. You always want to click below the frame because it will record your mouse, and you don't want that into your frame. I learned that the hard way. Okay, so usually to get a good loop going, I like to let the arm and stuff swing at least 4 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Although that's far more than 4. Actually, you know what? No, let me do that even better, because there's something that we need to put on down here. At the bottom, you'll see that it's recording at how many frames per second it's going. I like to get 30 frames. 30 or 24 is my jam. So we could try that one. Okay, it's delivered. Alright. And then once we're ready, we're just going to hit record and then click the below and let it go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 just for good measure. So I'm going to hit yes, discard the previous crap because it broke. So now we have our character walking, and you see that it's in here. But this animation is stupid long. Although I was told that the AnimaX, which is the player for Marvelous, for RPG Maker, doesn't have a limit on how big your animations can be. If your animation has too many frames, it takes it a second to cache, which makes the sprites blink. There is a plugin by Galv that preloads stuff for you, but it doesn't cache a whole folder, and you have to put all of the names in there, manually. So it goes folder, cache folder, image 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then that means you have to put all of those frames inside there. So you want to make it as small as you can. Just keep that in the back of your mind. So this animation turned out to be 252 frames. That's a lot of frames. We're going to try reducing it. So let's start at the very beginning. And you want to click on frame 0. Well, actually, let me see if I had any questions. Go on. Nope, no questions. Okay, so I'm going to scoot this up. That way I can see questions while I'm going. Alright, so you want to click on frame 0. And on your keyboard, press the arrow key to go over. Now you want to keep your eye on your animation. Oh, you can use the mouse wheel and scroll through? Nah, I prefer the keyboard. Okay, so you want to scroll through, and you see that there's a lot of still frames. It's not moving at all. There we go. So we want to get rid of those frames first. So I would say maybe starting here at 14 and deleting everything behind it. So 13 on back. Hold down shift, click on the first frame, and then press delete on your keyboard to delete those. So we want to scroll through it. So you have 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now we have to get rid of all these dead in-betweens. The dead in-betweens is if you look at it, you see how we're here, and then it's like we're frame 1, and then still in the same position, and then they move to the next one, and then it's the same. See, we want to get rid of these to reduce it. Luckily, the program has a feature that lets it do it automatically. So to do that, we need to go to Edit. Yay! When I did the tutorial last, I kept saying image and I got it wrong. Okay, so once we have that, we want to push this button here that says reduce frame count. Now, I like to do a factor of 1 and remove 2. So basically what that is let me see if I can get that. Does it go? No. Okay, so remove a factor of 1 every one. Remove 1 frame every 2 frames. So it gets rid of all those extra stuff. So press apply, and you see that it reduced it from like 200 or something to like 80, which is good, but still bad. So let's press play, and we can see our avatar walking about. Okay, so now we need to just reduce this. This is where your artistic eye comes in. We're going to, remember how we were looking at the arm swing? We're going to try to get it so that it can create a loop. So I suppose to say just watch and you'll see what I mean. So we're going to go frame by frame. And you see the arm going, and it returns back here. So we want to make it look like it's going to go from here. So her knee is up, her leg is bent, and in the middle, it's like right there. So 11 is where I want to stop at. So let's go up a little bit. So at 12, hold down shift, 80, and delete those. Then we're going to go back to the beginning and press play and see if it loops. Okay, so it almost loops. We just need to fix it. If you feel like you need some more frames to transition, you can just press Control Z and it will undo the delete and bring back the frames we deleted. But I think we got it. We just need to fix it a little more. So 1, let's see. Alright, so it's this frame, 11. It might loop at 10. Alright, what's the deal here? Alright, maybe 0 then. You believe it that when I actually did this the first time, I got it perfect? Alright, so I'm going to press Control Z. And this is like the tedious part of it. And I'm press Z a couple more times and get more frames in there. So we're going to just watch it and see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, what about 16? I'm going to 17. Let's roll the dice. Let's be bold. 17. Alright. Maybe a little less bold. 920 then. Alright. Delete those. Did I just delete those? 80. I want to stop at 20, I said. Oh. Alright, so it snaps back with the hand a little too hard. The legs are good. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I keep saying like 11 is where I want to be, but then I worry. Like, come on, Red, walk. Almost. I'm sure there's some artsy person that's like, delete the last one, delete the last one. I'm like, we're almost there. And then it. Okay, I see it. We need two. We need to press undo. And I need 2 more frames. We're almost there. It's just missing like 2 more frames, I think. So what was that? 20, 21. What about 24? All right, I feel like going from 24 on up is our lucky number. Let's go. Oh. All right, one more. I swear, by the time I keep undoing and deleting this, we're gonna have it back at 80 frames. Oh, I was like, we did it! But then she jerked. What's going on? Is it this one? Are you the naughty frame? Yay! Look, it's doing it! Nice and smooth. A good transition. Alright. So that's how you do it. So once we got it done, we have to save our GIF. So go back to File at the top. And we want to hit Save As. And loop the GIF. You want to turn the sampling all the way to 1 because we want the best, nice, clear. Nobody wants all that aliasing and junk. Let's see. Yeah, that chroma key thing they have on here, it don't work. Just ignore it. So once we have it here, we're just going to name this Walk. Oh no! I saved over my old walk. Oh well. It was a good walk while it lasted. Okie doke. So now we have our animation. Alright, let's go remove the background. So to remove the background, I need to open up our resource thing and go to the website that tells us how to remove the background. Here we go. Copy. Up here. Now we're going to select our walk. So I'm going to get out of here. This is my desktop where I saved it. And we want walk. And then upload. And make it bigger. You guys following along? I'm sorry, is the fan too much? I could turn it off. There we go. So, where is it? Oh, it's actually here. So we have walk, and we have the background, and it's going to ask us replace the background with transparency. You can choose white or black if you use that, or you're going to use the custom color. You want to double click on there, and you want to choose green that matches this green. I use the same one, so you can input the same code here, which is 11FE00, and that will give you the green screen that I use. And when it asks us, don't stack frames, what's the percentage you should use? I think I used 15 the last time. And then we're going to hit submit, and it'll show us the image below. You see it got rid of all that green. I think it got rid of all of it. There's still a bit of a halo here, so I don't like that. You can go back up and keep increasing it until it gets better. So let's try 21 and see how that works. Still a wee bit more green. I wonder if my background is it. Let's change it again. Alright, so I guess my green was too dark. So I guess, yeah, that's a pretty clean. I like it. There's another website, but they charge you after 5 uses. So this is the free one. Okay, doke. We have it done. It's time for us to turn this into frames. So go to the bottom. And we actually want to resize it because this is going to be really big. So what I want to do is by percentage, reduce it like maybe 65 and resize it so it's smaller. So that's a big and that's small. But I can't tell. Is it like reduce it 65% or reduce it to 65%? Let me try to resize it by 20. Okay, so reduce it to 20. Okay, that makes sense. So maybe 50%. So reduce it to 50%. That should give us a fairly decent sprite. Alright, now once we reduced it, it's time to split it into frames. So you want to come to the bottom and press split. And we want to check this as a dot output images as PNG and split the frames. You see it gives us all of this. And then you want to download the frames as a zip. Ow, 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 ow. Show in folder. We have all... Oh, I don't know where it went. Let me try it again. There we go. So I'm going to put it on our desktop to make it easier. So, 1 second, my husband's calling. Hey, what's up? I'm live.
Oh, whoops, sorry. Hello. I can leave if you, is that okay with you?
If you want to, I'm alright now.
Okay. I just got out early, so I'm on the way home.
Okay.
Alright, I'll be there shortly.
Okay. Watch your step by the door. It's a package there.
Copy that.
Alright, see you later. This tutorial is crazy. It was quiet and silence all day. Now when I'm streaming, not only does it get hot, but everybody's calling me, people at the door. Jeez. Alright. So let's get back to work. Hopefully uninterrupted. Alright, this is where the grunt work comes in. And when I mean grunt work, I mean grunt work. Luckily for us, I made a couple shortcuts to make this not as painful. Oh, you know what? I completely forgot that we need the character to walk the other way, because ain't nobody making this in reverse. The program does it for us. So all we need to do is click rotate of our stuff here, and then it says, where do you want to rotate? Just say flip horizontal, and then apply rotation, and you'll see our girl is now walking in the opposite direction. So we don't have to do none of that work again. Now split these in the other way. Ping. Download that. And I lost it. Get a second. Okay. Alright, so we can do this and walk that way. Did I say that? Walk this way. This what? Alright. Extract these into folders. Extract this one into another folder. Then we want to create a new folder. And it doesn't really matter what you name it for right now. So we have stuff that we need to create. We need to, let's see, how AnimaX work. I guess that's the best way to explain what happens next. So the way that AnimaX works is that it takes the frames that are inside of a folder and use those as sprites. So I'll show you, give you an example of it. Here's the one I used when I was testing everything out. So you see, that's my character, and this is her walking. So this is pretty much the result you're going to get. You know, yours will probably come out better because I bet y'all have art skills, so y'all can create better backgrounds and such. Now this frame thingy here has a lot of frames. So you see when I try to talk to her, we blink because it's trying to cache everything real quick. But once it loads, everything stops blinking. Hopefully, you know, in the future, maybe somebody would create a script improvement on that script that caches frames and pictures and stuff out of whole folders instead of having us load it all in manually. That'd be great. But in the meanwhile, that's just some of the pitfalls that you have to work with because, you know, lots of frames. Also, if you can see down at her foot, the little girl in the purple dress, you can see my mouse where I clicked it to get the animation to go. So that's what I said. Make sure you click below the frame so you don't have that happen. Okay, so let me explain this plugin. So what this plugin does is that you have a folder, and inside of the folder, let me see, where's the image, character A. I use Vroid because I was trying to say it. So inside of here, you have a folder with the name and the action of the sprite and what it's doing. So you need a frame for the idle, a frame for moving up. Well, idle up, down, left, right, move up, down, left, right, and it'll just play it no matter how many frames it is. You also can make actions inside there and then just put the same thing inside the action folder. You would say, let's say if you were swinging a sword and it would name it S swing, you will have S swing up, S swing down, S swing left, right, idle, up, right. I think idle. I don't know if idle is in there. Is Cupcake in here? Because Cupcake has actions. Stand. So yeah, it's okay. No, okay. So with actions, it's just up, down, left, right. No idle for that. So this is why I like it because it has so many things you can do with it. So we need to move on and actually prepare that folder for the sprite that we just made. Sorry, all two of y'all watching this. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. It's been a while since I made a tutorial. Okie dokie. So let's start. What we need to do is create those folders. Now I have some shortcuts that makes this whole process a little less painful, so you'll have to go and download that. And I want the goes into RPG renamer stuff. So you want to get this one that says automatic process for bulk renaming and rename settings tutorial. I feel like there should be something. Let's see if it's in here. Extract this. Extract here. Speed file. Oh, that's a tutorial on how to use it. Rename with speed. I think this is it. Sorry, I should have unpacked all of this. I lost the files I had with all the original stuff, so I was just downloading what I had, and hopefully I didn't lose it. Oh, that's an HTML. Oh, no wonder why it's not working. Alright, those are for the renamer. Okay, there we go. This is what we need. So you want to go into the automatic process. Put these bats inside of your folder. Then you want to click the one that says make folders. Folder successfully created. So you'll have it all renamed and ready for you. So we want to put our stuff inside of the folder we need. So I think this is left, walking right. Which is walking right and which is walking left? I'm sorry, I never could understand that. I'm a little slow, okay? So this is left. Going this way is left. Alright. So this is our left folder facing left. Okay. Cut that. And so this is, we want to put this in move left. Then we want to close this one. This is, okay, that's left. This is right. So I put the right facing one in the right folder. Cool. Alright, and now as for up and down, because we don't really use those, because it's a side scrolling one, we could just paste anything inside there. Now it has to be the same amount of frames as your right and left. So we can just grab our stuff that's in the right folder, copy that, and put that everywhere else. So put it, copy paste inside of down, not in left, we need left. Idle, because I didn't make one. Now your idle, on the other hand, I think can be its own set of frames, but movement has to be the same. So let's say if you have a different animation for your idle and your idle one is 30 frames, everything that's working in here, like idle down, idle left, idle right, idle up, has to have 30 frames. If you have something with move and it has 20 frames, then you need to have 20 frames in each folder. So that needs to be an up, down, left, all that same number. Okay, so I think there's something in every one. Up, right, left, down, up, right, left, and down. Okay, so we're good. Now comes the fun part. We get to actually rename all of those within the proper format. Now, don't you worry. I've thought of this as well. That's where bulk... Hold on. Don't tell me I didn't install it. Okay, I did. Like, don't tell me I didn't install it. This is where the bulk file renamed utility comes into play. So you want to install and open it up. And you want to go back to the folder, the project folder with this stuff, and get this settings. So inside of the bulk rename is the BRU file, and these will automatically name the files for you in the proper format so that you, yes you, can, you know, not have to go through this and name all of these by hand. So let's go and select the address, open up the program, go to open, navigate to where that stuff is, say open. Oh wait, that's the wrong thing. Sorry, you need to put this in here and then press enter. And it goes to the folder. So this is idle D. So we need to go to file, open, navigate to our bulk rename folder, and then we're going to push idle D. Okay, so idle D is loaded in. You're going to press A, and it's going to rename all of these. Wait a minute. Is that right? I don't think that's right. Oh my stars. Wait, let me double check. Would you believe me if I said that this worked flawlessly the 3 times I practiced it? I can't believe it's failing so hard when I'm trying to tutorial it. No, let me character AA read. Oh no, that's right then. It is okay. It's idle underscore L underscore the frame number. Okay, never mind. It did work fine. This is just me panicking. So once it renames everything, it's going to show you what it's going to look like. You just hit rename and then say, okay, okay. Then we're just going to go down the list and just do this whole thing. Now you could just open up all of them like I did before and go to file A, and which one are we going with? Idle L. So we want to select all of these, go to file open and then idle L, and it renames it and hit rename. Or if you are bold and daring, you can just change the letter on the side as you go down. So you can go like idle R, select all of this and then change all of this to a capital R and then do it that way. Or you can just keep pressing the button and open up all the files, whichever works out for you, whichever makes you feel like you're getting it done faster. So just keep renaming all of these, going down a list. So we got moves, so that means I gotta go open up move. So open move D, hit rename, close, L, rename, R. I used to joke with people because they would say Ara, and I kept saying that just to make fun of said people. Now I found myself saying it legit. Okay, and then we're gonna finish it off with you. So once we're done, your name. I'm looking at one look like, are you sure? Yes, it is action underscore direction underscore frame number. Okay, so it's got everything done. We can close the bulk rename utility. Next, we need to put all of these inside of a new folder, and that's where we have this bet right here that does it for you automatically called Pack It Up, and it will drag all of them into a new folder for you and tell you where to put it. So here it is. Now we just need to rename this as our character's name. I just named her. Let's just name her Sport. Yeah, Sport. So we have Sport here, and she's ready to go. Now we get the fun part, putting it in the game. Ah! All right, you're doing fine. All right, so let's put this inside of our game. So open up your game project, right? And we need to install the plugin. So just like you do with any other RPG Maker plugin, you go to game, open game folder, JS, plugins, and then you would put the plugin inside here. So it would be like PKD AnimaX underscore MV. MV? Yes, MV. So once it's inside here, you can scoot this to the side because we need to do more. So once you put your plugin inside the plugins folder, we want to navigate back to the main folder, and we want to go to image, and you want to create a new folder called character AA. So it's going to be characters and characters with a S in lowercase, and then 2 capital AAs after it. So it looks like this, characters AA. That's very important. Now inside of that, that's where we're going to put our folder that we named for our character, Sport. I'm going to put Sport inside this folder. Yay, she's ready to go. Okie doke. So we're going to close our folder and we'll open up our game. And we want to create Sport in the game. So I'm like, let me delete this, but I don't want to. You know how long it took me to make this? You know what? Yeah, it took me a wee bit too long to make this. So, let me copy it. I mean, now that I know what I know now, sure, it won't take that long, but it did at the time. Okay, so what we want to do to make our character in here, to assign it, we want to go to our database, and Harold is the main guy. We are going to change it from this to Sport. So what we want to do is we want to input this command. Pointy parentheses, X anima space. Is there a space? No. Anima, the two dots, the character's name, sport, and then close. There's no space here, so it should look like this. But if you're curious, I can just do like this, copy paste, and we'll press V and just put sport in here just to be safe. I'll write this in the description so you can just copy it. So let's got this here. Put this in resources so you guys can just easily copy it. There you go. So just copy that and then place that inside of the notes section of here. So it's basically saying anima sport. Sport is now Herald. So we want to hit apply and go. That's a thingy-majig. So I'm going to put the character here. Starting position, player. And I press play. Ah! No! It's Harold! I must have done something wrong. Oh, yeah, I did. I forgot to tell the script what sport is. So it's like, what is sport? We don't know sport. So let's go tell the plugin what sport actually is. So we want to go up to the top where it says plugin manager. And we want to go to the PMD AnimaX MV one and double click. And it has an animation list that's here. Now we want to double click on that. And we want to start inputting all our information. So first we have at the top it says ID, and the ID is the character ID or the name of the folder that has the frames in there. So we have sport, so we're going to write it exactly how it is on the folder. Capital SPORT. Okay. Next is base information. This is the movement. Is it moving in one direction? Say false, because it's moving in multiple directions, both forward, back. The next is how many frames are in the animation. So we want to go to our thing. Where would that even be? No, this is read sport. So 0, how was it? Idle down. So 4, 8, 12, 19, 23, 24. Okay, so there are 24 frames in her movements. So frames count, we're going to say is 24. Speed is how many frames per second it is. Ours was 30, but we can try 15 just to leave it and see. If it's too slow, just increase. Now, it's going to ask you repeat at first frame. So it's basically asking you what frame in your animation is the first frame that the animation is going to play through and snapped it. You want to leave that at 0 unless somehow you changed it and made it 1 or something. But 0 is the go-to, so leave it as that. And everything else, support for diagonal, none. Just leave that alone because this is the free version. If you want diagonal directions and stuff, then you gotta get the paid version, and that's like $25. Well worth it, but the free does all the stuff. You just can't make it into a commercial game, they say. So just leave that as is and hit OK. Now it's asking about the idle pose. Now I guess this is optional. We don't have to include the idle, but I do just because I didn't want it to crash. So same thing, 24 frames for the idle. Speed and all the rest of that jazz is fine. And then press OK. Now all the rest of the stuff, nothing. She has no actions, so we don't have to mess with that. So we're just going to hit OK, and then OK again, and then OK for good measure, and then OK just to show it who's boss. And then we're going to press play, and then see what happens next. So now you see, we got sport in here walking. Now, it can be a little bit slow, so we can just create that, fix that. Now, there is some bad flipping right here, and that's my fault because I didn't center the sprite. I kind of sort of forgot to do that. So when you're doing it, remember to make sure that your sprite is centered and not completely just flipped like that. So I guess that's a bad example to use. But Cupcake had a good one. So I guess I could probably use that as an example of a good one. But hey, there you go. So because she's moving a bit slow, I think I want to change it. Just to be sure. Let me see what I wrote for Cupcake. Not for Cupcake. Reed, which is my girl. Reed base movement frames 21. Okay. So wait, no, the frames is 21. Speed is at 10. Okay. So we're gonna do the same thing. Sport ID base movement speed at 10. 10. Okay. All right. Yes. Then yes again. So you see it's walking a bit better now. Now you could just keep lowering the number if you want it to move a bit faster and how you want it, but that's pretty much it. So yeah, that's how you put in a 3D sprite inside of a 2D game base, and it's all up to you to keep on keeping on. Now hopefully one day, maybe when I'm not all like, it is Sunday. Maybe on a Sunday where nothing happens, but that's today. Maybe in another day I'll do a more cleaner tutorial. But I just had to get this out there because it was slipping and I was starting to forget how to do it. But hey, that's how you do it. Now let's say that you wanted something else, not just your character moving, but maybe an NPC or something about like we did here with this gigantus that I forgot to scale down before I put it into the game. I'll show you how to do it. So let's say you have an NPC and you would like them to NPC in your game. I'm going to delete this one and start over. What you do? Oh crap, no wait, don't delete it. I forgot what to do. Okay. So what we need to do is go into our event tab, double click on there to create a new event. Then we're going to go over here and copy something because I forgot the exact. Okay. Okay, so okay. So we have a new event. We're gonna double click on it. I didn't. I undid that. So new event. Double click at the top, and you want to find the comment, and you want to type in XA. I swear I know what those dots are called. 2 dots, and then the name of the character ID that you want for this event to be. In my case, it's Cupcake. So have Cupcake stand here. And hit OK. Let me try to see what else it was over here with Cupcake. I knew there was something to make the action play. And I had notes. I can't believe I lost so many files. So, damn. I had notes. Let me see if I still got those notes. Layer, understanding, new documents, make folders. Nope. I didn't take notes down. Or did I? I forgot. But this is how you get them to play actions if they have one. So first let's look and see if Cupcake took. Let's move her over here. So we can differentiate between the cupcakes. So I'm going to walk over here. That's Cupcake A. That's Cupcake B standing hidden behind the shadow. But I'll scoot her over somewhere, maybe back here. Alright, so this is the Cupcake that we have, but you touch to her, nothing happens. So we need to add some stuff to her. And I'm going to go look at the other one so I can see if I can remember. So we have her text, show choices. So, add text. Let's see. Show choices. Yes, no. As I forgot, I need to make text so that she can ask the question. Show text. I'm the better Cupcake, right? And then show choice. Yes, no. We want her to say when yes, show text. Dang right. This and Show text. You're crazy, as anyone would say if you didn't say she was the superior cupcake. To make the action change, I need to go back and look at the other cupcake thing. We need to choose these two. A plugin command, so that I'm going to edit, copy, paste this in here in my resource thingy. So you guys can copy and paste that nonsense as well. I'm so sorry. I did know what the -1 true and false meant, but I can't remember. I had the notes, but once my files got gone, I forgot. My notes went with it. So I'm going to copy this 7 more times, and I will paste it inside here to change. So new and plugin command, I think it was, which is usually down here. Paste. So I do know it tells the script to play animation action. So it's taking play animation from the action folder, and then the name of the folder, the name of the action that you want to do. So I use stand. I forgot what -1 true false meant, but I'll write it later when I remember. So it'll play it, but we also need to put some more stuff inside there. We needed to wait a couple of frames, and then we need to tell it to stop playing the action. So I'm just going to copy these over and then show you how to write it in there. So you want wait. I don't even know where wait would be. Oh, timing right here. Wait. And how many frames you want it to go. So I'm making it wait 120 frames. And then you want to click on add in a new plugin command. And that command will say stop animation action -1. And hit OK. So OK. And let me scoot her over a little bit. Press play. Ew. So it ended the game? Wait, it's not supposed to end the game. You're crazy. End. Wait, why would it end the game? It's not supposed to end the game. Did I don't know why the game ended. Hold on. Maybe I pressed the button somewhere. You're the better cupcake, right? Yes. Dang right. And then she ends the game. Well, I told y'all I was a noob, but I don't know why. Oh, there it is right here. This little bugger. Return to title screen. No, don't return to title screen. I'm so sorry. Now she don't want to talk to us at all since we took away her ability to end the world. Dang right. And then she starts playing this animation. So I wanted to wait a little bit longer. We'll probably increase the wait time there before it hits stop. But yeah, that's pretty much it in a nutshell. I am so sorry. Ah, Dios. This tutorial is a mess. Alright, everybody. Now let me go before I go into cardiac arrest. That's it. That's how you do everything. I hope this was able to help you until we make a not so messy tutorial. If you got comments, questions, and concerns, keep them to yourself because I'm a noob and I don't know what I'm doing. Alright, you guys. I'll host all of these files somewhere. So check the description. It's my Discord and the RPG Maker section. I am in the side dusty office, and I'm waiting to get permission to be able to see the tutorial section. So once that works, I'll post the materials and stuff in there. And then, I'll redo this again when it's quiet, the cats aren't fighting, the packages coming to the door, my husband calling me, my husband coming home to scare me into an early grave. But it's fine, because if you didn't do that and you just walked in from the shadows, I would have screamed even louder. So I guess this is the good way to end not dead. Okay, I'll see you later. Good luck on your projects, and wish me some of that luck, because woo! Alright, bye.